And we're going to talk Steph Curry.
Where are we going?
Because he recently was on a podcast and he said that he and Magic Johnson are the greatest point guards ever. Listen to this.
Are you the best point guard ever?
Yes. I have to, yes. It's me and Magic? Is that the conversation?
Yeah. Like it just.
Okay, so for me, I was actually having this conversation with my dad yesterday and asked him if he agreed, and we were on the same page. It's a little bit...
This is Jeff
Yes.
Moss?
Yeah.
Still waiting on his middle name? Okay.
This is technically this is a true answer. But when you really dive into it, Steph Curry is not a true point guard.
Okay, Tony.
Magic Johnson was a true point guard. Just because you occasionally dribble the ball up and you run the offense throughout a game or throughout your career doesn't make you a true point guard. Steph is a combo guard. Steph shoots the basketball too much to be a true point guard. Steph doesn't lead and assist enough to be a true point guard. And that's okay because true point guards in the NBA, at least modern NBA, is virtually non-existent. Everybody, for the most part, is a combo guard. You score too much to be a point guard in the NBA. Same thing with a Kyrie. Jalen Brunson maybe is a true point guard. Even he scores too much to be a true point guard. Steph is not a traditional point guard. So by definition, his position, yes, I can agree with that, with what he's saying. But when you really dive into it, I don't think you can put him and Magic Johnson in the same conversation.
Listen, Ashley, not sure what's happening.
Just based on that.
You listen, I don't know what's happening right now, but this is the third time and maybe the first time where we had 3 topics that we agree on.
Oh, wow. Listen to that.
100%, right? Good job.
Okay, awesome.
I like it.
And you both wore white.
And we both were white. We wore black yesterday.
I'm wearing white.
Somebody, my stylist is telling her what I'm wearing. I wear white tees and black tees every day.
I know, right?
It's so easy. No, but listen, this is why you're right, Ashley. Top 5, and this is just a list that I pulled up on Google. Magic Johnson, Oscar Robertson. Then they have Steph Curry at 3. I will put CP3 probably 4.
CP3 is a true
Jerry
point guard.
West. And then you have Isaiah Thomas, right? And so I now put CP3 probably at 5 or 4, okay? This is no knock on Steph Curry. This is actually a salute to Steph Curry. Mm-hmm. There comes a time every once in a while in sport or in music where someone just transcend what everybody else was already doing. Steph Curry is not a point guard. He's not a shooting guard. He's Steph Curry, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's what Steph Curry is. So we had this conversation 2 years ago, 3 years ago when CP3 was going on a run, and we're like, oh, is he top 5 now? Talking about the point guard. You already had that name. And then they kept putting Steph Curry in there. Steph Curry, and it's like, no, like, Steph Curry is different. He's not a point guard, to what Ashley's saying. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's because, Ashley, it's just like the way he revolutionized the game, if I'm saying that correctly.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, how nobody shot that deep. Were people shooting that deep before Steph Curry?
No, but then also,
I mean, Gilbert Arenas was taking some deep shots, but not like this.
But we also have to look at the landscape of the NBA now, right? For example, this is probably the most positionless era of basketball we have been in. So with that alone, positions are almost irrelevant versus when Magic Johnson was playing. But also, if you look at the way that the Warriors are construction, they run what's called a motion offense. So they don't really have a true point guard. But if you had to give them a point guard, it'd be Draymond Green. He's the primary ball handler. Yeah. He's constantly going ahead and assisting, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, whoever else is on the floor. He is the one who constantly has the ball in his hand. That is his job. So if you wanted to go ahead and label anybody a point guard, by definition, by position that he plays, yes, it's Steph Curry by what's next to his name, but by actually what the definition of a point guard is, it's Draymond. Steph has always been a combo guard.
Right.
He's a small guard, point guard. He just he's not within that position of being a true point guard that I can even compare him to a Magic Johnson, because they're so drastically different in what they did and what they currently do.
Right.
I would say if we're talking point guards, you got to bring up a Chris Paul. Chris Paul was like the last of one of the true point guards, or is the last true point guard, I would say, in the NBA right now.
No, I agree with you, Ashley. I was laughing, and sorry if I distracted you there, but when you talked about Draymond Green, I'm like, you're right. But I thought about like what broke up, you know, KD, Draymond, I was about to say Kyrie, Clay, and Steph. You remember?
Yeah.
He took the point guard too far. That boy, he brought up the ball in the clutch. KD sitting there wide open. You know you're supposed to pass KD the ball. That boy then went all the way up the court, dribbled off his leg, game over, and they get in the biggest fight, and they never recovered from it. So when you were telling that story, that's the first thing that came to mind. I was like, damn, Ashley's right, but Draymond Green being the point guard is what forced KD out the damn
the reason
valley.
I'm
Sorry, I
not
cursed too
mad.
much today.
The reason I'm not mad at Steph saying this though is because I do think that Steph Curry is what the point guard position has become.
Oh, okay.
While Magic Johnson is a true point guard, so, you know, if you are a historian of the NBA, you won't put Steph Curry and Magic Johnson in the same conversation when talking about the greatest point guards ever. There's a list of guys that would come before him. But the reason I'm not mad at Steph saying this, and the reason that I can almost get with him saying this, and I do get with him saying this, is because he is what the point guard position has become. It is not just the guy who goes ahead and assists. It's not the guy who just goes ahead and has handles or go ahead and is out there dishing. It's the guy who goes out there and is dropping 20, 30, sometimes 40 points. That is what the point guard position in a positionless NBA has become. So while in a traditional sense, no, in a modern sense, yes.
Okay.
I would like to also add in that because I was thinking Magic Johnson, but you know who his game to me compares the most to this modern era? Nikola Jokic. Jokic. The way he plays, their body frame. You know what I mean? Like he's a ball passer.
Really?
Like that's a lot closer comparison, at least to the 1980s Magic Johnson point guard position. Versus a Steph Curry who's barely 6 foot, shoots a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
So
listen,
like
Steph,
the skill set has transferred.
Nah, Steph Curry's not barely 6 foot. Don't put that on him.
Sorry, I mean he's
Uh-uh.
6'1".
I
Steph
don't know
Curry's
if I've
like
ever
6'5".
No, he's not.
Steph Curry?
I got
Really?
him at 6'2".
No,
Oh.
Steph Curry no 6'5".
6'5".
I thought he was
To
taller.
you,
Crazy
he's
is,
6'5".
what's crazy is
Yeah, to
I
me,
don't know
he's
if I've
6'5".
ever seen Steph Curry. I've never been to a game and seen him up close, personal, and I've never seen him out like anywhere. I've never seen Steph Curry.
Does
Have
he
you seen
exist?
Steph Curry in person?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, a few times.
I've never seen Steph.
Yeah.
I would like to see Steph. He seems like a nice guy.
Why did
Is
I
he a
think-
nice guy?
It's so nice, so nice. Why did I think Steph was like 6'4"? I gave him a
Yeah.
couple more inches.
No,
I
he's
could have.
a
Are you sure 6'2"?
Klay Thompson is 6'5".
Maybe
He's
that's what I'm
shorty.
thinking of. Maybe I'm thinking of Clay. I thought Steph was at least 6'4" though. Okay, I could be wrong.
They're
But
giving him 6'3" in the chat, but that could be with shoes on.
oh my
Man,
god.
all basketball numbers are inflated. If they say they're 7 foot, they're 6'9".
Yeah.
They say they 6'5", they're probably 6'2.5".